Ahoy, this is TJ from Sailing Away with T&K, and today I'm here to answer not only our first Facebook question, but also the biggest question we get in general about going on a cruise. That's how to book a cruise. If you've never done it before and just go to the main cruise line sites, it can be overwhelming, guys, almost daunting. Because when you go on the sites, you're gonna go in there, you really don't know how to navigate. You're just putting in Caribbean cruise. You're seeing a ton of different ports across the country and even out of the country. Seeing a ton of different boats trying to do a 2 day, 3 day, 4 day, 5 day, 7 day. And pretty much, if you don't know what you're doing, you can be very confused, gets overwhelming. Boom, you're just doing another regular, resort somewhere else on land. My video today is to help you make your decision, help you make the cruise booking a little bit easier. The first big thing I always say is check what time you can go. The main reason being is that the cruise industry has a peak season and a low season. The peak season is very easy to figure out. It's when the kids are out of school. That's your summer months, your June, July, August, your three major holidays in the cruise industry, which is Thanksgiving, Christmas, New Year's Eve. I can tell you, New Year's Eve is the most expensive time of year to go on a cruise. We do it every year. I actually have a buddy of mine I'm helping book a cruise next year for his honeymoon, and I have him on the same cruise I just went on in December, which was the Carnival Vista out in Galveston, Texas. He's getting the same room as me, going the week after New Year's Eve, and it's almost half the price of what I paid to go on New Year's Eve because it's a holiday. I wanted to cry a little bit when I saw that, to be honest with you. So that's the first big thing. We got to figure out when you want to go. Of course, you've got the luxury that you can go when the kids are in school. Go for it. You're going to save a lot of money. You can spend that money more on other things we'll talk about in other videos on the cruise ship itself. The second thing I want to get into is, for your first cruise, how should the length be? Should I go 3 day, 4 day, 5 day, or 7 day? Ken and I both recommend a 7 day. I know what you're thinking, TJ. I've never been on a cruise before. Why don't I want to do a whole week instead of like a little 3 day or 4 day to get my feet wet? The big reason for this is that on majority of 7 day cruises from almost all the cruise lines, you're going to be on a newer boat or a refurbished boat. It's want to be one of their flagship boats, and you're going to have to be a better experience because I just went on the car. Like I said, we just got off the Carnival Vista. It's right down the first of Vista class, and amazing boat, has everything you'd ever want to do on a boat. I mean, different activities, whether you're young, old, single, married, in your 30s with no kids like me. We had a blast on that boat because there was never a time we got bored. Now, like I said, and all the major cruise lines are the same with that. I mean, you look at Royal Caribbean, most of their Oasis class, which is their newest boat, their biggest boat, they're 7 day. NCL, the Breakaway Plus class, they're the same way. You never see those big boats on a 3, 4, 5 day cruise. Like I said, it's always going to be a smaller boat, older boat, may feel dated. If you're going to do this the first time, you want to immerse yourself in the whole experience of cruising, do a 7 day. I highly recommend that. The next thing to go over is what your budget's going to be. Now, I'm not just talking the cruise price. I'm talking, because maybe you're not like me. If Ken and I want to do a budget cruise, we live in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. We live an hour away from the New Orleans port. If we really budget, we can jump on a cruise down there, have friends or family drive us to the port, pick us up, so we don't have to worry about gas, airfare, parking my truck, getting transportation from a terminal, from the airport to the cruise port or to our hotel. It's pretty much, we're going to pay for the cruise, our excursions, and it's going to be easy. But if you don't have that luxury, and that's actually one thing we're about to do, we're actually in May going to go on our 1 year anniversary cruise on the brand new Carnival Panorama out of Long Beach, California. Like I said, we live in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. So guess what? For that cruise, when we did our budget, we had to look at airfare. We had to look at transport from LAX to our hotel / boat, which is on the Queen Mary, which is an actual old cruise ship. And then luckily with the hotel we chose, we can actually physically walk not even a quarter mile to our boat. But if you were going out of another port, you would now think, okay, I got from the terminal to the hotel, now I have to get another terminal, I have to get another ride from a hotel to the port. So those are the big things you gotta worry about. Also, if you're driving to port, you gotta worry about gas. You gotta worry about long-term parking. A lot of places, that's gonna be over $100 just to park your car for a week, if not more. Those are the big. You also another thing, you're gonna need some pocket cash too, because you're gonna want to spend money when you go off the boat. Because I'm gonna tell you, when you go to these other countries, it's old school. Cash is king. You're gonna have to be willing to have cash to barter with. You're also gonna have to be able to tip your porters when you get there. If you're gonna handle your luggage, you're gonna have to be able to tip your waitress at the main dining at the end of the cruise. To tip your room steward, who's taking care, clean your room twice a day, leaving you eyes. Pretty much being practically your butler, really, when you think about it. So you got to put that all in consideration. So now we picked your time frame, we picked your budget. So now we got to find a cruise. Exactly. So do we go to the main big websites, look on there? No, I do not do that. We found a great website. I'm actually going to put it in the description below. It's called vacationstogo.com. It's actually a travel agent website. You're going to have to put your email address in there and make a little profile. It's nothing big. It's just like your name, email address. They send you a confirmation email. You get it back. But the cool thing about the site is it's got a great search engine on the top left. You can actually put month and year. So you can set up, like you want to do May 2020 like I just did. You can put that in there. You can put, I wouldn't put, it has like where you want to cruise. I wouldn't put that in there just yet. I would actually go down to put what port I want to go out of and then do my length. Now, when you hit search, it's going to pull up every single cruise coming out of that port. That's all 7-day, no matter what brand it is. It could be, like I said, Carnival, Norwegian, Royal Caribbean, Disney, any of the big boys. They're all going to be listed on there. And what's cool about the site, you could actually go on there and click the itinerary for each cruise, see where it's going. You could actually look at diagrams of the boat, deck by deck. You can see what restaurants are on the boat. You can see what activities are on the boat. You can also get information about the ports. It's just a general information. It's nothing really in depth, really, but it's just like an overall of each. It'll even tell you what the average weather is going to be while you're there, which is a little important, especially if you're going to a new place. That's one thing we were happy about when we booked our California cruise. We're going in May. When we leave here in Louisiana, it's going to be a little hot. When we go there, it's going to be high in the 70s, low in the 60s. Thank God. So once you figure that out, and kind of figure out, okay, I want to do this boat, these ports, but I kind of want to see a little more of the boats. I kind of want to see the ship. Well, the cool thing is you're already on the best side to figure out. Once you're done watching this video, go in that search engine above my head and type in search, like we just did, Carnival Panorama. There's going to be a bunch of different a bunch of different tours, just people doing a bunch of things. But the best thing is a bunch of people do ship tours. And they walk around with a GoPro, and they just film the ship, and they kind of tell you where everything's at. Like I said, we just went on the Vista. We're going to Panorama, their sister ships. But watching the video on Panorama, we figured out there's a whole different system on the elevator. There's no IMAX theater. There's a couple little differences here and there on everything, which was kind of like, okay, I know we're going on the same class boat, but this boat does have some differences. So it's very neat. Also, you can use that same site to book excursions. I mean, not book excursions, but look at excursion, my bad. Cool thing, again, the cruise me and Kayla are about to go on. We actually booked excursions for all 3 ports, which we normally don't do, but we found all these excursions of other people who did them and posted things online. We thought they were really cool. So that's how you do that. That's how we like to do our research, is basically watch videos. I'm a visual learner. I like seeing things, so doing that really helps out a lot. So once you figured out when you're going, once you figure out what boat itinerary you like, because you gotta like your ports too. I mean, you could go on a great boat and the ports are horrible. That was the only bad thing about the Vista cruise, was you throw about the ports. That's why we're going Panorama, because it's ports neither of us have been to. So it's a whole new experience there. But just make sure, don't just book it because of the boat. Don't just book it because of the itinerary. You want to book a little bit of both on here. So now we've done all your research. You figured out I want to go on X cruise, here. You got a couple options. You can, one way, of course, you go with travel agents. There's tons of them out there. There's the big box like cruise.com. There's vacationstogo.com. We do a little both. Next 2 cruises we booked ourselves, our 3rd cruise, we're actually going to London, so we got a travel agent to help us with hotels, so that's definitely a place we've never been to, and a lot of questions of currency exchange, stuff like that. We want them to handle all that fun stuff for us. So what I recommend doing is if you're going to book it yourself, which, like I said, you can use travel agents. They're awesome. There's a bunch of great people. Ours is ECC Travels, which they're great people. They have their own video. Like I said, if you're looking for ship tours, they got some great ones over there. We'll eventually have ours. But next thing you want to go to the website. Now, like I said, I'm gonna use Carnival today just because they all pretty much run the same. All their websites are pretty much the same. So they want persons going from one ship to another. They pretty much have like some uniformness in the websites. So let's say you found a cruise. You know what date you want to go. So you go to Carnival.com. Before you pick up that cruise, you want to become a member of Carnival. So you go into the little search, put VIFP membership. Very important, fun person. All the cruise ships have this little membership thing where pretty much goes by your sea days. I'm with Carnival, what's called a red card. It means I've been on one cruise. Kayla, on the other hand, is platinum. She's been on 75 plus days at sea. That's how you get your points. Your points on the car with any cruise line is all by how many nights you spend. Kayla's done over 75. I've done 7. So I'm still a red card, but I reap her benefits. But back to our discussion. You will get, even if you're red, brand new, just signed up for VIFP, it's going to get you some discounts. I mean, I noticed that when I was trying to book this Pan Am cruise one day, and I noticed when I didn't put my VIFP number, this is before I even went on Vista, so I had 0 points, I noticed there was a difference in price not using my VIFP number and using my VIFP number. So that's something you really want to do before you book, just because it may be something simple, maybe just 50% off deposit, which that could be big. So we're going to go, so after we do that, we're going to go find the cruise online. When we look for the cruise, now we're looking at cabins. This is the fun part. Most cruise ships have 4 types of cabins. You got your interior room, you got your ocean view, you got your balcony, and you got your suite. Now, if Carnival, especially like I said, we're going to Vista class, I'm using that as an example, but other cruise ships do have this, you have some subcategories. Now, like I said, just as Carnival as an example, is they have 3. They have the Family Harbor, Spa Rooms, and the Havana Rooms. Family Harbor, you're going to be in a special part ship where it's only going to be other Family Harbor people. You get your own like little kitchenette area, own place to have like a continental breakfast. There's a soft serve ice cream machine. There's games for the kids. Just a good family area. You're not going to have like rowdy single people in this area. Then you have Spa Rooms. We're actually going on Spa Room our next cruise, so I actually know a little about this already. You get access to the thermal suite. And what that is, that's pretty much where I do all the massages, but also has a mineral water pool, saunas, it's got these stone beds that warm that Kayla just loves. That's where you get the spa package, plus you get a couple extra things in the room, like we get robes, we get nice little comfy sandals to wear, and we're actually on a higher deck on the boat because the spa room's actually on 12 and 14. So I'll be on the second highest deck of the boat. The last one with Carnival is called Havana, which this is the adults only area. You cannot be 60, you cannot have anybody if you're in your cabin 60 years or younger. You get a big perk on this, which you get your own private pool for the whole group. It's like right around 200 people only get access to this. It's only on floor 5, 6, and 7. And you also get 2 jacuzzi tubs on each side, plus a private bar. That's all, and you can only go out there. They used to have it where after 6 o'clock anybody could go. Carnival got rid of that because too many people were going there at night. So of course, you're gonna pay a little more for Havana. You're gonna pay a little bit extra for Spa, a little bit extra for Family Harbor, but you're getting something for your money of this. So if you like being pampered, do a Spa. Or if you want to be no kids at all, you do Havana. If you bring the family, you kind of want to make sure it's all family-oriented stuff, you stay in Family Harbor, or you stay in a regular room. The only other price difference you're really gonna see is mainly like the balcony rooms, because the higher balcony you get, it's not a big fee, but they do charge you a little bit to be on the higher deck because you're getting a better view at ports. Because when you go to ports, kind of like when I was in Jamaica, I kind of wish I had a higher deck, because just see the mountains of Jamaica was pretty breathtaking. I had to go just to Lido deck just to see that. So that's why you would want to do that. Okay, so now you pick your room. Like I said, pick whatever fits your budget. Just remember, interior is the cheapest. Ocean view's a little more. Balcony's a little more. Suites can be expensive because they're very large rooms. So just remember that. So we've picked our rooms. Now we're gonna now once you pick your room on Carnival, you go to the next page. It's gonna give you like the benefits. One that pops up every once in a while. It'll show a cheaper price, but it'll say, we're gonna pick your room for you. What that means is basically what it says. They're gonna pick your room. You may not know which cabin you have until the day you get on the boat, but you're guaranteed that cabin. You're guaranteed that type of cabin. That's the big thing that is a little cheaper. Like I said, You don't really care, you just want a balcony, go for it. Me, I'm a little bit of a control freak. I like know where I'm staying. I just like having that little bit of control. So I always pick my own room. I know it's a little more, but that's the way I like doing things. The next thing you're gonna do, you pick all that. If you pick now, if you went with they select your own room, you can skip this next part a little bit. But if you select your room, you go to the next page. It's going to show you the rooms that are available. You pick which one works for you. Starboard side, port side. To me, there's really no difference because guess what? Even though technically port side is supposed to be where you dock, I've docked on starboard side. I've docked on port side. So it's just depending what port you're in, how you're going to do it. So don't worry about that at all. Once you get to this phase, you found this cabin. What I like to do, I write down that cabin, or I take a picture of it. And pretty much now I'm going to call the cruise line. The reason why I'm not booking online, which you could do, is no big deal about it. A lot of times when you call, you can get a bigger discount. I always love calling up. I always tell my VIFP member, this is the date, this is the cruise I picked out. Actually looking at it online. This is the real one. Are there any extra discounts? Depending on the cruise line, I mean, you can get a discount for your job. I'll tell you one thing. We just found out on MSC's cruise line, if you're a teacher, you get a discount. My wife's a teacher, so if we ever do MSC, we're definitely going to bring that up. Also, they do some state-by-state discounts too every once in a while. So sometimes when you click on that, sometimes when you say, hey, I'm from Louisiana, they may give you 10, 20 bucks off. But hey, that's more money you can spend on a cruise now. So you're going to call them up, and you can tell them, well, this room, any more discounts. They're going to give you a final price, and they're going to ask you if you want to add gratuities. Here's why. Gratuities kind of pre-tipping. I know I talked earlier about you tip money for everybody. These guys who work, this is for everybody. This goes like a big pool spread out for everybody who works on the ship. The guys who work on the cruise ship really don't make that much money. Like, I'm not talking about the cruise director or some of the entertainment. I'm talking about the guy, your room steward and his team that's cleaning your room every day. Your waitress at the main dining who is just going above and beyond, remembering your name after day 2 and just knows everything you like. So when you come to the main dining hall, she's already got your drink there. She pretty much has tendency to know what you may like after day 2. That's something I always found crazy. I always kind of figure out what you like real quick, and always greet you by first name. So always do that. It's gonna be around, I'm using Carnival. For Carnival, it's usually around $100 per person, 7-day cruise. So it's about, I think my last cruise is like $195. Always do that because, like I said, these guys don't get a lot of money from Carnival, but this makes a big difference in their pay, and they're gonna go above and beyond for you. Trust me. Okay, the last part we're gonna do your cruise deposit. Now that's the cool thing. If you're above 90 or 120 days before the cruise, and you can't really pay for the cruise yet, you're in luck. Because most cruise ships, before those days, you only got to put a deposit down. A lot of cruises have almost all the time 50% of deposit fees. The last cruise I went on, because they're normally with Carnival, it's $200 a deposit. It had 50%, so we only paid $200. We only paid $200 total for both of us. And they give you a couple options after that. They can actually set you up a payment plan where it auto drafts from your account, so you don't have to. So you just know, hey, this X amount's coming out. We pay as we go. I mean, that's just how we do it. I mean, I got a certain amount every paycheck. I go towards vacations and everything, and I always know how much you need to pay it off at the same time. No, it's the same thing as cruise, but I just like doing it myself. That's just how we are. You do whatever's comfortable for you. So after you deposit, pretty much right now you can lean back, take a deep breath, and relax because you just booked your first cruise. Congratulations. Okay, so that's going to be the end for today's vlog. I'm going to do another vlog very soon on what you're going to do between booking your cruise and going on the cruise. Just things you probably think about buying, things you may have not thought about buying, booking excursions, whether you should book it with the cruise line, without the cruise line, just a couple little things that people don't tell you also for your first time cruise. That's what this whole series is going to be about right now. So y'all have a great evening and bon voyage.